Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of QuaranTEAtime with Celeste. I'm your host, Celeste Barbier, and today is QuaranTEAtime episode number 110 for Saturday, July 11th in the year 2020. And I don't have any quotes and I don't have any national days to share with you because the only thing that matters today is that it's my amazing, wonderful, sweet, talented, incredible wife is having her birthday today. She was born in 7/11/1958, and her name is Rene Cosby. And yes, it's very noisy outside right now. But anyway, it is her birthday. She loves 7-Eleven because she's just like heaven. And yes, that makes her a Cancer. So I stole her mug today. I'm drinking out of her mug, her Cancer cup, which, yeah, I'm a Pisces, she's a Cancer, perfect match, and I'm drinking positive energy tea. And today we are celebrating her birthday. Now, a couple of quotes from Rene could be, wow. There you go. That's one quote. And what's the other one that she always has to say? Who cares? It doesn't matter. So what? So what? Who cares? And if you guys know my wife, she's very laid back. She's very easygoing. She was born in 1958 in Montebello Hospital, which I always remember because it's the same hospital my father was born in. I always thought that was so strange and unusual. And she, when she was young, her favorite hobbies were reading. She loved to read as much as she could. She wrote a lot of nonfiction. She also had horses. She liked to ride and train her horses. And she loved her puppies and dogs because her mom raised German Shepherds. And she grew up in the El Monte, California area, up in the San Gabriel Valley. And she lived up in that area until she was 30 years old. And then her family had relocated down to Carlsbad, and they asked her to move down here. So she ended up moving to Oceanside, and she got a little place on the beach, and she was very, very happy living down here. One of the things that I'm most proud of for Rene is that shortly after she moved here, around the age of 32-ish or so, she decided to get clean and sober because up in LA, she was definitely a fun person. She loved to drink and she liked to do some fun drugs, and she was just kind of wild and maybe a little bit angry, but she had some things that she needed to work through. So she went through therapy, anger management, and AA, and she was able to get clean and sober. First she quit drugs, and then later she quit the alcohol. Now, she did celebrate after 1 year of being sober. She celebrated and got drunk again. She started off with those O'Douls, those little non-alcoholic beers, and then suddenly it turned into real beers. So she ended up getting back on the sober train, and so now she has 28 years clean and sober. And so they also call that a birthday too. She had that in June. And she is just an amazing, incredible person. So once she started on her road towards sobriety and just taking care of herself, she realized she needed to work through a lot of things. And she ended up becoming a healer. So she went to school and she became a massage therapist and a Reiki master. And she just started becoming this really incredible healer. She found out she really has a gift for that. A lot of people we know have gotten massages and Reiki from her, and she's just a very strong, energetic person. In fact, Rene, if you guys don't know things about Rene, Rene is also kind of on the clairvoyant side. She doesn't want to be. She does not want, her thing is, I don't want to know. That's her theme in life. I don't want to know. Because sometimes she tends to know more than she should know, and it's kind of creepy. But she knew that she was going to marry me. She sometimes knows things out of the blue, and so she's just an amazing, incredible person, and she's so loving, and she's always been there for her family and for her friends, and she's just she's the best wife anyone can hope for. I never question whether or not I'm her first priority in all things. She's made that very clear that I'm number one in her life, and that's just something that is rare to find. So Rene is definitely and truly a gift. About a couple years ago, when she had turned around 59, I was doing a show at an art gallery, and Rene likes to paint in her, she was, at that time, painting was just kind of like hobbyish. She did it once in a while. In fact, she didn't do it most of our marriage, and then she started picking it up again. She did it a little bit in the beginning, and then stopped, and then she picked it up again. And I was doing this show at this gallery that was here in Oceanside, and they asked me, or I showed the owner her work, and I asked her, what do you think of my wife's art? And she loved it. And she said, well, if you want, she can have a pop-up art show here. Rene had never done an art show, ever, 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 ever. And that was just about 3 years ago this summer. So right now, in August, I think. And so we did her first art show. It was a total hit. She was asked to be in another art show that same, the next day and the next day. She did like 3 art shows that weekend, and it was amazing. And she sold a lot of paintings, and she started her art career. So she started an art career at 59. How inspiring is that? That no matter where you are in your life or what age you may be and what you've done your whole life, you can start a whole new thing at any time. And so she started her art career. And I'll tell you guys what, but ever since this COVID thing came out, people have been able to slow down, pay attention, see who's on their friends list. And Rene's art career has just, I mean, taken off. She's been doing so many commissions. I'm incredibly proud of my wife. Another thing that she got to do was she painted a piano for the city of Oceanside, which is on display at the Oceanside Museum of Art. And then she was written up in a couple magazines, including The Reader and the Osider magazine. So she's just somebody unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen, but I mean, you kind of know. Like, Rene's not like super spontaneous or anything, but you just know that she's open to growing and becoming a better person, and just living life to the fullest all the time. And I'll tell you, one of my favorite things about being her wife is that she grounds me. She's very calming energy. So when I get a little anxious or hyper or like psyched up about something, she knows how to bring me right back down to earth. So she is a very grounding person for me, even though her and I, as water signs, we're not grounded people at all. Like, together, you guys would think we're insane. If you guys heard our conversations in the car and what we talk about, you would think we're plumb nuts. And our heads are in the clouds. We've always got big dreams and things we want to do and see, and you know, we live in a dreamland, but it's a beautiful dream, and it's actually my reality. So I am so grateful. So happy birthday to my favorite person in the entire world, Rene Cosby. You are everything that I could ever dream of and more, and you surprise me all the time, and you just make every day incredible. I'm so lucky to be your wife, and I just want to say happy birthday to you. You are everything to me, so I couldn't think of anything more important to talk about during my quarantine time on your birthday. So happy 7/11, and today is actually my CD release party. I'm very, very, very excited about that. It will be live streamed here on my personal page as well as my fan page. So you guys check out my live stream for Two Worlds. My wife Rene did the artwork on the front of my cover of Two Worlds, and so I wish I had a copy to show you real quick within arm's reach, but I don't. But thank you guys so much for watching my quarantine time, and hopefully you'll watch my live stream of my CD release party tonight from 5 to 7 p.m. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. Bye!